Alright, my dears, if you're ever wondering why I talk fast in these videos, sometimes it's because there's only 5 minutes per video, and so I need to talk really fast because you guys know we can spend forever on guided practice. So Miss Wearies, please pause if they need. If you guys need, speak up, let Miss Wearies know to pause. But I'm going to go super fast through these examples. So it says simplify these expressions by expanding and then contracting exponents. So for this first one, I'm looking at 2 times x squared to the power of 3. And notice that the 3 is only attached to this x squared, not to the 2, because that's not being raised to the third power. So what this is going to look like if I expand it out just a little bit, I still have the 2 outside. I'm doing x squared 3 times. Why did I do the 2 only once and the x squared 3 times? Because here I've got the 2 outside the parentheses and the x squared inside the parentheses raised to the power of 3. So that's why I have that little difference there. So now I could expand each of these, but I think you guys are getting really good at identifying this without expanding them all. That's going to give me 2 times x, and remember I don't need to put a times if they're smushed, that means multiply, x to the power of what? How many x's will I have here if I expand them all out and they're all multiplied together? That's x times x times x times x times x times x. It's going to be x to the power of 6. And I know some of you guys were already yelling that out, but I had to go through it and have that suspense there. Okay, next one is a little bit trickier because we've got a few more numbers happening. So stay with me. This 4 to the power of 4 is getting applied to everything inside the parentheses, but not to the 3 outside. The 3 outside stays all by itself. All by myself. Okay, so that means I've got 3 times 2 x to the power of 2 y. I'm going to do that 4 times 2 x to the power of 2 y. 2 more times 2 x to the power of 2 y. I'm writing this really fast. Pause if we need. X to the power of 2 y. Okay, so I first want to deal with my coefficients. So I'm going to start there. Remember, my coefficients are out in front. Boom, boom. They're my normal numbers out in front. Boom, boom. They tell me how many of each thing I have. So this is telling me I have 3 of all of this. This is telling me I have 2xy squared, or x squared y. I have another 2x squared y, 2 again, and 2 again. So 3 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. I like to deal with it just a couple numbers at a time. So for example, I could say 3 times 2, 6. And then I could do 2 times 2, oops, that's 4. And I still haven't used this 2. I like to always clearly mark which ones I'm using also. 4 times 2, I'm getting into the space on my next one. Try not to do that if you don't have to. Is 8, and ooh, what haven't we used now? We haven't used 6 and 8. Woofda. Okay, 6 times 8. Check your multiplication tables if you need to. 6 times 8 is 48. Okay, so this is going to give me a coefficient of 48. Now I've got x to the power of 2, x to the power of 2, x to the power of 2, x to the power of 2. That is a total of x to the power of 8. And I've got y to the power of 4. Okay, this next one is a doozy, but don't be scared because we got this. We are in this together. I'm going to notice my 12 is by itself, but my 2 is given to the 2x cubed y. So I've got times 2x cubed y times 2x cubed y. And in the denominator, I've got 6x to the power of 7 y to the power of 4. And nothing outside of the parentheses gets our exponent. Oh no, I'm running out of time. Okay, it's warning me I have 22 seconds, so I'm going to do this really fast. 12 times 2 times 2. If I were to do that in my head, which I would not want to do, I'm going to get 48 over 6, and this is going to be still x to the power of 3 y times